So what's up everyone, welcome to the third part of drawing these Hispanic American cities or Hispanic US cities. This time it won't be another Texas city. We already drew 3 Texas cities that has a very high Hispanic population or percentage. Doesn't matter which one you prefer or stick with. I could stick with both, I really don't care. This time it's going to be a Florida city, and that Florida city is going to be Miami, Florida. If I remember correctly, I think I drew Miami before. When I was in 5th grade, I was 10 years old at this time. It's been so long, like over a decade. I think I drew Miami before. Sometimes my memory is absolutely crap, and sometimes it's really good. And I actually did a collage art of Miami, Florida, and its surrounding suburbs or like smaller towns, villages, or city. And I had shared that collage art across my social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I never shared it on YouTube because I don't know how to make an art video on that collage art of Miami. I know for sure that we're gonna do a 9x12 drawing of Miami, Florida. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start drawing.
I always thought Miami was the largest city in Florida, in terms of population, by population, or the most populated Florida city for decades and decades. And it really surprised me that Florida is currently the second most populated city in Florida. It doesn't even look like it's under... The city looks like it has over 1 million people by looking at its skyline, and its skyline is actually the 3rd largest skyline in America. So it's right behind Chicago, and Chicago is right behind New York City, and New York City is just kicking butt, dominating in the US. But regardless, we're mostly talking about Florida, and we're not talking about other cities, other major cities in the U.S. Well, just for a little bit, but mostly Florida. Regardless, I know Miami, Florida too well, quite well actually. Yeah, I'm gonna change that to quite well. Miami was actually the largest populated city in Florida at one point. I forgot how many decades. I did do some research on Miami, Florida. But since like the 1960s, like 1968 or some crap like that, Jacksonville ended up like exploded. It ended up merging with its county, so Jacksonville is not just a city. It's currently the most populated city in Florida, surpassing Miami and I think a couple other Florida cities that I can't really think of. It's also, Jacksonville is also a consolidated city county, and Miami is just a city that's sitting right behind Jacksonville. Its skyline is huge. It has so many condos and hotels. I don't care about the apartments, but most of the skyscrapers are either condos or hotels again. And office buildings as well. Some are office and some are apartments or, any of the residential buildings, condos and hotels, all that stuff. So yeah, Miami is actually one of the youngest major cities in America, and yeah, I don't know too many movies that took place in Miami, Florida. I know all about the Benjamins took place in Miami. And it features Ice Cube, Mike Epps, and a bunch of other actors. It's a pretty good, but also a pretty crappy, low-budget film. I know Bad Boys 2 and 3 took place in Miami, Florida. I don't know if the first one took place in Miami. Pain and Gain also took place in Miami. I have seen these movies before. Well, I haven't seen Bad Boys 3 or Bad Boys for Life. But for the rest, I have seen those movies before. And those movies actually took place in Miami. Maybe like some shots or certain locations. So yeah, I know Transporters 2 also took place in Miami. I remember that movie. I have seen it also. I have seen that movie before. I know there's a couple TV shows that took place in Miami, like Miami Vice, I think. I think Dexter as well. And I don't know about the reality shows and non-reality shows, maybe sitcoms, or I don't know if I should say fictional shows that took place in Miami. I know there's this one GTA game that's based on Miami, Florida. You might be familiar with it. GTA Vice City. I'm familiar with that game. I don't remember if I actually played it or if any of my family members played it, or like my brother. It's been so long, I can't really keep track with all of these memories. And Miami, Florida is the hometown of wrestler and actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the Brahma Bull. He's a true legend. And Miami is home to so many good sports teams like the Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins, this soccer club, Florida Panthers. You know, not all of these teams are located in the actual city of Miami. Some are located in the Miami area, like in the smaller towns, the suburbs of Miami, the Miami Marlins. There's some landmarks that I really know that are in the city of Miami. That Marlins Park, that Marlins Stadium, the Miami Heat's basketball venue, the FTX Arena, the Hard Rock Stadium. I was about to say cafe. That's my brain right there. That's a typical brain fart. Freedom Tower, the Miami Tower, the Southeast Financial Center. Yeah, there's so many good landmarks and so many good places for the city of Miami and its surrounding areas. I'm not a huge traveling addict, so there's no way in hell I'm gonna visit Miami, Florida because of these hurricanes and, you know, being in large bodies of water. I really hate that, and we recently had Hurricane Ian for Florida. It really sucks seeing these southern states get hit hard by these hurricanes. And there's one thing I really hate about Miami, Florida. There's one thing I really hate about it so much, and that's its flag. Why can't its flag look like something else? Why does its flag look like a twin of the Indian flag? Seriously, Miami, get it together. Why can't your flag just look like a Cuban flag? Since there's a lot of Cubans that live in Miami, Florida, you know, just change the colors to orange and green, since those are the current colors of the Miami flag, of the current Miami flag, I should say. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Oh, and also, feel free to follow my Facebook page. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time.